What we do here is go back.
All right. That's not quite right. Let's see here. Actually, before I get too ahead of myself, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another stream. I gotta make sure to turn on my lights. That's what I was forgetting. Always forgetting something. So what's up? Today we got you guys all the angles. So I'm able to paint today. We're gonna get this. This is the front fairing to a Honda. What was it called? Oh man, I forget. Honda Metropolitan. Oh Jesus, that's what it's called. So this is actually my sister's little scooter, and she just got it, and she wants to just kind of give it a little makeover. And she wants like a little Stitch theme on there. She likes the character Stitch. So I went and pulled up some images, and we're going to try to get this all done. I just have this camera here right now for the intro, but we're going to go ahead and I'll move this camera to kind of give you guys another angle about the whole thing. As always, I'm just going to be hanging out. We're just going to be painting today. This is not really a tutorial. I'm going to be doing a lot of freehand work today. We're going to be working it in nice and easy. If you have any questions or anything like that, just post them in the chat. As always, make sure you click that like button. Hit the subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. There's also a notification bell. And now when you go and you click that notification bell, there's two types of notifications. And one is like all, and one is personalized, and one is something else. You want to click on that all button if you want to know when these streams are going to go live. I do put up like ahead of time like a video placeholder type thing, and you will get a notification for that if you sign up for the notifications for that. As always, if you want to help the channel, becoming a member of the Skull Squad helps out a lot. So if you see there in the chat, like Mr. RC Boneyard, Mr. Chris 420 Dragon, I know I missed some other ones already. Thomas Thompson was also here. So yeah. And shout out to everybody in the chat. I do see Nameless Blue. I see Mr. Chris Garcia. What's up, Primo? Codox. And then, yeah, Chris 420 Dragon. So, yeah. If you want to help the channel, make sure you consider becoming a member of the Skull Squad. You could always go on the website as well, mikesbrush.com. Actually, this is missing. We should probably put this put this thing right here. There you go. There you go. Look at this guy's getting fancy with it. Anyway, yeah, I do have an image that we can kind of work off of today, and that's what we're going to be trying to be using. So let me get this back over here on the meat and potatoes. Hopefully that gives you another angle. This is kind of not. I'm trying not to have it in my way, but also at a decent enough angle that you guys can see something going on. But this camera up here will be the one that will primarily give you most of this good views. Maybe when we start doing a little bit of the work in here, I'll move this camera. We'll switch over to the other camera. So yeah, what's up, Donald Beller? What's up, Martial Artistry? Yep. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? What's up, Trevor S? How's it going? School squad, son. And then yeah. So anyway, I'm just gonna start painting. You guys, I'm gonna try to let you know everything I'm doing as I'm doing it. So turn this air pressure down. So I'm gonna start up by loading up some of the daylight blue in here. Now we do have this center blue section right here, and the picture I've chosen now, it kind of has like a sun setting kind of thing going on. So we're going to try to extend this blue out a little bit. I believe the cobalt or what is it, the Caribe blue candy will match up with this shade right here, and then we'll be able to extend that a little bit once we get to that point. But we're going to be using this blue to really build up the sunset area. We're going to drip it down, coming down off the sides. It'll still have a nice blue edge because there are other blue pieces on the bike. So we don't want to completely hide this, but we want to build it up, you know, coming off the light right here, kind of going down. We're going to put Stitch on one side right here playing his guitar. And then we have like a, you know, a beach kind of coming down. And then we're going to put a wave crashing in. And then it has like some of those Hawaiian type flowers kind of going in. We're going to pepper those in all up into the wheel well and on the bottom, on the outer sides here of the fairing. But like I said, we are going to try to keep this design kind of more like, you know, halfway down the light, you know, this way. That's just how I want to play it, and I think it'll look good. So anyway, I'm going to start out by laying it out a little bit with some daylight blue. As always, the bottle is close to empty. So I'll start up by mixing up some more daylight blue. And for those wondering, when I premix paint in a little bottle like this, I like to use the paint out of the bottle, and then I'll mix in about 10% reducer in here, so not too much. Oh yeah, I totally just try to put a skull cap on here. But yeah, you know, so 10% reducer, and then you can shake this up, and as long as this bottle is airtight, which these little bottles are, and the link for these little bottles is down below, down in the video. If you want to get your hands on some of these for pre-mixing, you're more than welcome to do so. And that way you never introduce, like if CreateX had sent me over these 16-ounce bottles, but that way you never get any reducer into your main bottle, and you never have to worry about any clumping or anything. Just make sure this bottle stays nice and closed when you're not using it, and you could have a nice good bit amount pre-mixed and ready. Alrighty, so let's get to work here. Just give this a good shake. What's up, Cody Adams? How's it going? Alright, so if when you click the thumbnail, you kind of seen the thumbnail, that's the image I'm going to be working on. Now it's just a cartoon character, so I'm not super concerned. Like I don't think I need a stencil for it, so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just trying to get the image here on my phone. So we have Stitch sitting up on one side right here. And I'm going to try to get them as big as I can, kind of sitting up on the side. And then we have a sunset over here. So I've already explained it, so I'm not going to take all the time explaining it all over again, but I'm going to try to get this worked out here. Can only do one thing at a time. I'm going to actually prop this up over here. There you go. That's a lot smarter. What is the best way to print out stencils? So you have lots of ways you can make stencils. You can use just regular paper. I'm talking about printing them out. A lot of people end up getting a plotter. A lot of people use their plotter to cut stencils. If you want to spend the money, you could go out and get a laser. I always see the Aztec painting on the wall. So that one up there. I don't remember if there's video or not. Still need to turn this pressure down. Let me go. Can you guys hear me okay? Just make sure. I'm not too quiet, am I? Because this thing's kind of in the way, so. I can do this. I'm going to do that right there. Hopefully that's a little better. Going to work in the stitch right here. Hopefully we get his dimensions a little bit right. Intense music, very intense. We're doing some intense painting. So yeah, today's video might be a little bit on the longer side too. Like I said, we're just chilling today. Oh man, I haven't even been looking at the chat. What's up, JD Renfro? Paul Tarchala with the $10 in the chat. Thank you, sir. $10 make you holla. Oh my, what? Sounds good. All right. And yes, the Aztec with the tongue. No, that's freehand, and then I used the splatter and texture stencil. So, oh man, you're gonna make me grab it off the wall so I can show you. But I used my splatter and texture stencil to do that. And then Blue dropped in $20 in the chat, keeping us in stitches. Oh my gosh. Alright, so should I leave the camera where it is? This one? Or should I kind of get it closer? Because now, like, I like this angle a lot, but I feel like it's not, like, look at the stitch is so small. I could get you guys in closer. You guys let me know. Thank you so much, both you, Paul and Blue. You guys rock. I don't even know what to think half the time. Oh, here, I can do this. There you go. Oh my gosh. Closer, please. For that Chucky picture, use regular print paper. Yep, it's just regular print paper. A little closer. That bike was sick. Yeah, it's. Alright. Alright, time for show and tell while we move the camera. So first, I'm going to show you guys the Aztec painting. So here, let me grab one thing at a time. Since we're here and we're gonna do this, let's do it. So here's the Aztec painting. Is this the one you're talking about? And it's actually a Mayan. It's a Mayan design. It's not an Aztec design. But if you look closely at it, the whole thing is like texturized. And so, like I know a lot of people come in here like when they drop off work and stuff, and they'll see some of these, and a lot of people are not so impressed by this. But I really like this one. This is one of my favorites. And yeah, I really like the idea of this whole dude. So yeah. Anyway, there's that. Hopefully that satisfies that. Now let me show you how the bike ended up. I haven't laid clear on it, but it's pretty close. Okay, and so here's the bike. So you can see we did some blood splatter. This is actually Wicked Hot Rod Highlight Green and Highlight Red Pearl. And there's a spider web design that you can see there going behind the Chucky. We got Chucky's arm with the knife there, more blood splatter. Blood splatter in the back. I'll try to see if I can get that. See, you can see the sparkle in the black. So the black is not just black. Once we lay the clear, all that sparkle is going to really come through. And then on the other side, then we did more blood splatter in the back. Then we did the Chucky proposing scene. Again, we got more of that spider web in the back. And the blood splatter, look at that. So yeah, hopefully this will be another show banger. We did a zombie, like I said, we did a zombie bike for her a while back, and she said it just won first place at the Lowrider Super Show here in Colorado. Yeah, let me close this door. Alright. So first we'll do this, then we can do this. And maybe I'll just move it along as I go. So we'll start here, we're working on this, and then I'll just leave that as we kind of build off. But this is where the stitch, you can see the stitch already kind of coming in. You can see the color now, it's awesome. Still got the that mascot napkin. What? What? Well, I don't know. I don't remember what you posted. see that you went live. Yep, that's the one. That's the bike. Cool. All right, so I'm just go back to painting here. Okay. Get that guy zoomed in. And it's going to look kind of weird because I'm going to do this. I'm going to just quickly outline this guitar where it's going to sit. And we'll have this guitar come all the way around the edge over here so that it kind of wraps around. We're going to try to wrap some of the color around, especially like the sunset color over here. We're going to try to fill in this spot where it used to say Honda. And that sticker was in there so good that when I took it off and then I, prepped the surface, that the A got marked in. I don't even know how that happens. Put his foot. How many times does Mike hit his head on the camera? Oh no! Don't take a shot every time I do that because you'll be wasted. Shut that guy up about the orange peel. Oh, okay, yeah. The Createx it's not a napkin, but yeah, that thing is cool. And then we'll get his other foot right over here. I like Stitch as a character. The only thing that I thought kind of was funny is they took like what was a destructive. He was such a badass character, right? He was such a mean machine. And then they turned him into a softie by the end of the movie. It's just like, man, why they gotta do that? Why can't he just stay being a badass? Alright. So yeah, he's looking pretty. And now we're just worried about getting the shape in there. Not really too worried about getting it looking all perfect. We're gonna go back with all the colors, the whole slew of colors. And I think that's pretty good. Then we're gonna bring in now I need more airbrush. I don't want to go too high up right here, right? We're just going to cut it out, bring it there, bring it down. Good. And then on the picture, we have a bunch of flowers and stuff growing down here. That's the flowers I want to bring in and fill in this area over here. So we're going to move over and we're going to start building up the water area. And all I'm doing is kind of laying it out. Kind of the same way, like if I was working on the black, you guys have seen me when I'm working on the black. And I'll start in with some white or some gray and just start laying out the whole design. Same premise here. All I'm doing is using the blue to do it instead of a white or anything else. And the only reason I'm using this blue is because we do have this blue here, and I'll be able to, again, using some matching blue, I'll kind of extend that out. Can you turn up the jams? Even badasses have a sweet side. Oh, I like that blue. Oh, blue. Blue, oh. Okay, yeah, so got you guys moved in there. We're gonna bring this water all the way over and across. Right, and this is where that sun is going to be. There's a big sun right here. Then we have clouds kind of coming in. But we're going to fade all that into blue, so we just want to bring some of that blue right up in here before we start laying in some of those other colors. I'm just going to kind of blend that off right there. Match it up on this side. I was waiting to do this side so I can match up this side. Let's see this here. And so the sky goes from like a bright yellow and then it fades off into a blue in the picture. But what we're going to do is use the bright yellow and fade it off into a blue quickly here. And then still let it have the nice gradient going across. So it'll be blue up here in these edges, but this main section part here will have more yellows and brights. Just again as a way of mixing it all in together. And then here at the bottom, we're going to bring in some waves crashing in to our, our beach that we're going to have down here with the flowers. So I just want to make sure to create some wave action here. I love how freeing working freehand is, but at the same time, I'm picky about having sharp edges. So yeah, this is just the base. Like, this is just the very beginning. You could always go through and use the edger if you need that kind of thing. But once we get past this first part, and we start laying in the other colors, we're going to be a lot more precise of where we lay them in. So there is that. Let me just get some tape real quick. That already looks like water. I mean, I haven't done much. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So I just want to tape off this inside of here. And this area we will not be painting. This area is not visible at all. And the part that is visible, it might look a little bit cleaner if we just have a nice taped off edge, just following that curve right there. Going back, clean this up a little bit later. Okay. Alright. Now we can bring this camera maybe. And or we're gonna have to drop this guy down. Something like a little bit. Can I paint while that's there? Sure, I can paint while that's there. It's totally not in my way. It's not in my way at all. No, don't worry about it. No. It's totally fine. I'm used to it. I'm used to working under pressure. Alright, so all I'm going to do now, take a little bit of this out. Put too much in there. Okay, get that out of there. Get this over here. Okay, good. Is that a squeeze clap you're using to hold that up? Yeah. It's yeah, that's exactly what it is. A clap. It's totally a squeeze clap. I'm down, Chris 420. What are you doing on the other parts of the scooter? So kind of the same thing. We're gonna do a stitch. So there's really like this front piece, and then there's the back fender, which is this piece behind me, which is kind of the biggest main parts, and then the front fender. So on the front fender, I'm just gonna do some waves. You know, like there's not very big. There's not much you can do. So just some nice waves. Maybe throw a little like seashell or something on it. And the same thing on the back. We're gonna throw stitch, kind of surfing on one side, because there is again more blue. So we'll use that to make some water. We'll throw stitch, surfing on one side, and then on the other side, I haven't decided if I'm gonna do like that little Elvis stitch, or how exactly I'm gonna go about that. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's an evolving thing. She said she just wanted it tricked out. So we're tricking it out. That's what we're doing. How fast do these scooters go? So my sister says she had it up to 45 miles an hour with 2 people on it. And yeah, definitely. If I wouldn't like consider one as your main vehicle. Like her and her husband have a truck, and then they have a really nice WRX, and like they have other vehicles, but they do live like in the city in a nice urban area. So like she's like, we used it the very first day we got it to go get ramen and stuff, and I was like, you guys have a ramen place? We don't even have ramen around here. There's not even a ramen place here. So yeah, they've already taken it out, had fun with it. Yeah, that's where that's at. What's up, Carlitos? Tricking and stitching. So we're just painting this one today, and then the other piece will be painting off camera. That'll be a whole separate thing for me. A different day. Add that goofy one-eyed character. Customer be like, what the hell? What did you do for prep? So this is all prepped up with 600 grit sandpaper, wet sandpaper, with soap obviously, and then I just wiped it off, and then I ran a tack cloth over it. Pretty much, nothing special, just the usual treatment. Let's see here. So you guys ain't using this camera, right? This camera ain't helping. Can I just let me see. Let's not even worry about that camera. That camera's not helping nothing. Yeah, we could do this. Just get that all up in the view. Look at this guy. Where'd he go? There you go. That'll work. You guys can see. Alright. Pretty good. I'm just going to take a second to do a little bit of work on Mr. Stitch here. All of them doing the hula dance. Are you going to do a matching helmet? Yeah, as well. She brought in a helmet as well. We sure are. Hit the back of a leather jacket too. Stitch looks like he has no soul. LOL. Yeah, usually. I mean, he is a created monster, right? So. He was created in a laboratory. He does look like someone shot his puppy. Free advertising, put your logo on there. No. No, so this is my sister. And yeah, she's not the one that I have to explain to her that it costs money. She offered to pay. She's always offered to pay. She's my good sister. I love her. So she does get, I mean, she's getting a hell of a deal, not gonna lie. But at the same time, it's like I know she's gonna go out there and represent to the fullest. And time anybody asks, she'll give the whole spiel about her brother and that he's the painter guy, and she's helped me out a lot through the years. You know, so definitely appreciate her and stuff. Okay, so we got all that in there. That's looking really good. Okay, so now I'm just going to darken up the blue more. Take this out. We're going to throw some phthalo blue in. The good old phthalo. A little bit more reducer. Boom. Then we're going to shake this up. A little bit of shakety. And I think I'll start over on this side, just so we give this whole section over here a second to dry before we start layering more paint in. We'll start over here. Now I think this is quite dark for the blue up here already, so I'm just going to lay blue, this darker blue, in this. And maybe we'll use a little bit up here. I'm not sure. Like, we'll see how it looks, how the waves look. I'm talking about up here. So I think it's pretty good, but I just want to make sure I get these waves in here. So working the blue first is, you know, again, so we can pair this in. But also we have the stitch in blue, and it's one of the main, it's like one of the biggest colors. So if we knock it out right away, then we can start layering stuff over the top of it. And that's super easy. Super easy. What's up, Angel Wings? How's it going? That actually worked out beautifully right there. Alrighty. So I'm just going to finish these waves, then we'll get this nice dark onto the stitch. And we're almost at the point where we can move off the blue. I think I'm going to go ahead and set up an airbrush with white though, so that we can go ahead and do some of the details on the water. And then maybe just brighten up some of this back here so we can set it up ready for the sunset. Set it up and get ready for the sunset, boy! So always while you're painting like this freehand, I'm always just trying to stay one step or two steps ahead. Minimum. Sometimes I have it, like right now I got this pretty much all plotted out in my head. I know where I want to go with it. I'm just trying to make sure to keep myself on track more than anything. So always keep in mind when you're working like this that you do want it to be one cohesive piece. You don't want to just have a whole bunch of stuff thrown together on a canvas. I mean, unless that's your thing, but I do not recommend. Well, headaches go into a project. Yeah, it's usually how it goes. It's like customers either go, yeah, that's great, or oh man, you know, but like I'm gonna bring you more work, and you know this will just be the first one. I just want to make sure it comes out good, and blah blah blah, and or can't you just do it a little cheaper? You just have to move your fingers around. It's easy for you. I have heard it all. And yeah, it's usually it goes one of two ways right away. It's usually like, oh, that's the price. Yeah, that sounds really good. I'm gonna just get everything together, and I'll get a hold of you when I'm ready. The other way is like, oh well, you know, it's not quite like I'm not quite there, you know, or you know, but we're gonna bring the car club through, but I'm gonna be back next week with more business, you know, just give me a deal, or you know, just anything. The worst is for me because I have a heart, right? So if somebody has a compelling enough story, sometimes, especially when it's in person, right? Like when we're dealing with each other face to face, it's like, all right, man, yeah, I'll give you, you know, $5 off or something. It's all right. I understand. It ain't my fault you have 20 kids, but you know, it's alright. I understand they all want a shirt. Yeah, you'll hear everything. And I don't think it's just airbrush artists. I think that just comes with trying to have a business. What's up? What's up, babe? Tried putting 6 names on a card tag. My airbrush wasn't even unboxed yet. Oh no. Calligraphy is a weak point for me, and that's what people always ask for. Yeah, if you're out there doing shirts, or if you're out there just airbrushing in general, you have to have your script down. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on so much money. Money! I couldn't even tell you the amount of artists I've seen that start off as like, oh yeah, I just want to airbrush this, blah, blah, blah. And then they happen to just get really good at the lettering, and they're able to do it pretty quick. Then you open that Pandora's box. Come and check out the market real quick with me today. Let's see how much money we can make. Usually takes one outing. When are we going back to the market again? That was a lot of fun. That was some good cash. I have these projects to finish, and I actually have to get my whole setup for the market ready as well. So we're going back. I want to show you guys what it's like. COVID's finished. Looks like it's over. They're telling people not to quarantine anymore. Looks like people are actually out and about again. So I definitely want to go back. Alrighty, that looks good. Now, many of y'all don't remember. I know like James Melton remembers, and a few other people. But this channel was chugging along just fine before COVID hit. Then when COVID hit, and people started going crazy about buying stuff and all this, and everything got shut down, we had quite a few events lined up that got canceled, and then it was just like, it was like sitting and waiting, still sitting and waiting. But yeah, things got rough. Not gonna lie, things got really rough here. And then I also was like injured and all that stuff. So it was like a whole bunch of stuff all at once. And we managed to pull through. And now I'm just looking to get back on the horse. Get back on the horse. How long have you been airbrushing? So I've been airbrushing, man, the math, I believe this year's 21 years. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Long time. Alright, so all I'm going to do now is just load up some white. I'm going to work in just a little bit of the detail of this waves. We're going to take that off. We'll work in the sunset real quick, get all this top area finished, and that way we can just focus on the whole bottom side. And we'll move the camera for that. But for now, let's get this water side done. Stitch is looking pretty good where he's at for now. We'll leave him alone. And then once we get all this color and everything here, we'll go in here with some black. Once we got the wood and everything in there colored in. Alright, so we're going to get some white. Some opaque white. The opaque white. I'm going to get the opaque white and we're going to throw it on here. Hope to airbrush nice like this one day. Well, it's not very nice yet, so hopefully you mean like what it's gonna look like when I'm done, because it ain't very nice. I appreciate the compliment, but it's not very looking nice yet. All I did was put some blue down. Don't patronize me so hard. I'm still a human. Treat me like one. Say it looks like shit. Be real. And that's why advertisers don't like this channel. That's why we get no sponsorship deals. Mike be on here cussing, telling people off in the chat. This is going on. You got a bunch of little itty bitty companies that don't want to get scared, putting their name on next to something. Alright, let's get this waves in here. A long time, Angel. There's videos on YouTube from way back when he had hair looking like a Mexican dandelion. A three-legged one. He said, "Oh, come on, Mike. You know your work is gonna be fire." All right, YouTube Blue, you're also on the list. I mean, yes, I do know it's gonna be dope. I do know I'm the best. I do know like all this happens and all this, you know, but it doesn't help anybody to keep repeating it. I've heard it all before. I'd rather we be on the same level and I'm just a student like you. I'm just a student that I've been in the class for a little longer. That's all it is. I'm like the teacher's aide or something. I graduated already, but here I am. I couldn't leave the school. I don't know what it is, kept dragging me in. Y'all make it hard to keep my ego in check. Here I am, just trying to be a humble artist, get online and paint my thing and show you guys how I do my thing. And you guys just be like, look at, you're so good. Oh my God, you're amazing. Oh, and it's just like, stop it. Oh my God, stop. Oh, stop it. Stop, boy. So just looking back at the younger Mike. So, you know what's funny is that most people that know me in person, this is how they know me. Zero hair, little goatee, the mustache. Hey. You will respect the mustache. That's new. But other than that, yeah, I usually am bald. Around the time that we launched, or that I did the videos, I shouldn't say that I launched because I actually already was, they were already available for a while before that. But around the time that we shot the videos for the airbrush stencils, I was letting my hair grow out. I was just on this whole thing, like, you know, I want to let my hair grow. And yeah. Now though, I'm kind of more like, dang, that was a lot of work keeping the hair nice when it's long. And I really have no interest in having long hair anymore. But at one time, you know, you gotta do it once. You gotta do it once in your life. And then other times, I go sometimes without cutting my hair. Those of you who've been here long enough know that my hair grows at like a rate of like 2 inches per day. So I literally, if I don't cut my hair like every other day, my hair grows like so fast. It's done so all my life. To this day, I cannot stop it. It literally like causes me discomfort. I do not like having long hair like that, but my head insists, and it's like the thickest, curliest hair. And yeah, it's just, it was cool at first, you know, but now I'm pretty sure God's just up there just, look at this guy just deal with that hair. I'm not sure, but I assume if there is a God, that's what he's doing. 'Cause I feel for my daughter. She has the same hair I have, it just doesn't grow as fast. But she has the same curly ass curls. And yeah, I feel bad for her sometimes. Because I know the struggle of what it takes. Now, the only thing I'm thinking here, I don't know why, on the camera this looks like 2 different shades. In person it doesn't look so bad, but here on camera it definitely looks like, maybe it's just that shadow is like super contrasted on the camera. We'll see what it looks like when I start putting in the yellows and the colors here for the sun. But anyway, let's start doing that. Let's get away from this blue, start putting in some colors. Colors. So I'm a nightmare walking, gangster stalker. I'm currently drawing an ocean scene, and I'm really happy to see how you're creating the waves. All right, right on. I'm glad you're getting something from it. Yeah. So let's focus on the sunset real quick. Also, painting on 2 different bases might have something to do with it. Yeah, but I did lay the daylight blue, the wicked opaque daylight blue going over and across both. I'm just saying, like, when I look up to the camera, it looks like this totally looks darker than that. But here, when I'm in person, it's like, wait, no, the waves do just flow from one side to the other. And I really just think it's because that shadow right there. And this is strapped in, so I can't move it. But it is what it is. Let's not get caught up on that little whatever. Let's move on. And I'm going to load up some Hansa Yellow, some Wicked Opaque Hansa Yellow. You guys are talking about how quickly I laying it in there. I've been live over an hour, and I haven't got nothing done. At least it seems that way. Once we actually get the sunset and we start getting the brown in here for the ground and the flowers, we're actually going to be pretty close to done. It seems like a lot. It's not really a lot. The one thing I might do is make a cutout, or maybe we'll do a silhouette of a boat out here. Or maybe over here or over here. We have the sun here, so maybe like over here we'll do a silhouette of a boat out there. That sounds pretty good. Okay, so let me grab a piece of tape. Ah! There it is! Hitting myself on the head. Okay. So let's get a piece of tape. Let's burn it. That's gonna come up. Oh no, that's not good. Let's get this tape out of the way. So we're just gonna have to hope that this tape doesn't pull up some of that blue there. Laid down pretty thin, so it's a thing. Just a little edge coverage. Okay. Good thing this is the only part we have to use tape. And it looks like it was more just doing it where it was just lightly laid in, where I really didn't need it. But still concerned. second to dry real quick. Nice splash guard. I mean, sure, I mean, it's just a piece of tape. It's just a piece of tape. One of the most simplest, easiest tools that every airbrush artist should have is masking tape. If you ain't got masking tape, I don't know what to tell you. It's not magic. Whoa. Okay. Alrighty, almost fell. Let's not fall. Give that a second to dry. Whoa, that's a big comment. Let's see here. Did you paint a base under the paint? I'm curious if you're using Createx illustration colors. Well, you'll need to put something over the top of the paint when you're done to protect it. What kind of airbrush do you use? Alright, so this is prepped with 600 grit sandpaper, wiped off with a cleaner degreaser, and then we're airbrushing using Createx Wicked colors, because the Wicked line is what you would use on anything that's going to be exposed to the sun, because it is their automotive line. It has more UV resistance type stuff in it. And then I'm using a whole family of airbrushes today. I'm using the Iwata Eclipse, I'm using the Sparmax, I'm using the GSI Crayols, I'll be using the Badger Sotar, and then I have also an Iwata Revolution there that I'll probably be using at some point as well. What was the other one? Well, you need, yes, and then we'll be using 4050 as a inner coat clear to make sure to lock this in and all the colors, as well as enhanced UV protection. And then over the top of that, to make it like super glossy and shiny, I'll be using House of Colors USC01 Show Clear, and that's going to give it a super high gloss. So that's what we'll be using for that. Hopefully that all makes sense to you. Get some orange up in here. And this color is, what is this called? I believe it has something to do with fire. Pyrrole orange, yeah. Wicked opaque pyrrole orange. What's up, James Melton? How's it going? Get a little bit of orange up in here. Good. Alright, so I want something here. Gonna bust out the stencils here. Okay, it's not there. What I do with it? What I do with it? Okay, well, we could use this. Just gonna use the heart there. I'll use that side. What I'm doing is just marking off the sun. Good. Perfect. And I'm going to just bring in some clouds here. A little bit of cloud action. Good. Simple. Simple, simple. And then we'll load in some red. Do a quick dab of red. So we don't want to do too much. People, my real handy is Tommy the Tag Man from Mississippi. Tommy the Tag Man from Mississippi. I dig it. Alrighty. That's about enough red. We don't need to do too much. And then I'm just going to hit it in with some purple. We're going to bring in some palm trees coming in right here off of this edge. Maybe a little bit of land with some palm trees coming in here right behind Stitch. Then I'm going to load up some more yellow once we have the purple in there. We'll add in some sun rays and maybe some little highlights on some stuff. But that'll pretty much be done. So let me just load up some purple real quick. What's up, Eric Crosstro? Made it in time for some art. Nice, 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 yeah. Welcome, welcome. Hope you had a good day at work. Go. Something like that. Stroke of purple just coming in right here. Blend it in, and then it's going to get deeper and darker. Simple, quick. You don't want to overdo it, just simple, quick. Sometimes a little bit goes a lot farther than a whole lot, and that's kind of what you're aiming for with the purple. You just want to get it in there, but don't overdo it. On this side over here. There you go. So, should do yellow, should do white. Usually do yellow. Let me rinse this airbrush out real quick. Beautiful work. Yeah, it's getting there. It's looking good. Thank you. Alright, so now I've just got some more of the opaque purple in here. I mean, opaque yellow. Oh my gosh. It's been a long day. Just going to use this to create some highlights right up in here. nice little subtle highlights. And I'm just going to put make that look extra bright by just putting a little bit of white here. And just dry this off real quick. Blam. Blam, son! Damn, son, where'd you find this? Yep, it looks like it's going to peel up some of the... Hopefully it doesn't do too much on here. Let's see here. There we go. So yeah, now once we look at it like this, you got a really nice sunset up there. You got Stitch chilling on this side. All right. What's up, Brianna Escobar? How's it going? Alright, so I say we start adding in some brown, and the brown is really going to encompass most of this bottom here, and as well as the guitar and some of the tree that Stitch is leaning on over here. We'll do this, and so I'm going to start layering that in. That sounds like the better. Or that sounds like what we have to do next. So not the better of anything. And I'm gonna use the Wicked Detail Flesh Tone as a base. It sounds crazy, but it's a very nice brown. Nice reveal, really looking good. Thank you, Blue. Means a lot coming from you, Blue. I know you only speak the truth. You ain't trying to sugar me up, right? Right, Blue? And so this is going to go in kind of quick, just the same way that we did the initial blue, if you were here for that, like almost 2 hours ago, when we got that initial blue in there. Very nice. Thank you, Angel Wings. Alright, so I'm just going to start up here with Mr. Stitch, and I assume he's like leaning on a palm tree or something, so we're just gonna bring in some Thomas Thompson with the $20 in the chat. Oh my God, you guys are spoiling me today. Jesus Christ! Thank you so much, Tom. Since I see that that's your name now, right? Or what did you say was Tommy, the tag guy from Mississippi? What was the name? And now, while I'm going down here, I'm going to go back on my reference, right, and then we'll start leaving some spaces open for some of those hibiscus flowers that we wanted to put in there. Yeah, so we actually have those hibiscus flowers and some leaves and stuff, so we'll be able to leave some of this actually pretty wide open here. But I'm just going to go ahead and just lay the kind of the foundation in for some of these coming in here. And then we have some leaves here. And that way it's not just all brown. That's really nice. So we'll lay that in there. We'll lay another one in here. You get to see the back of my head. Oh, I was about to talk smack, and there I am getting smacked by the camera. So I gotta try to make it go in here as well. We'll limit the amount of flowers in here just so that we don't spend too much time all hunched over trying to add detail where people ain't gonna see it. Good. Alrighty. Are you all from Hawaii? No. So here, I am based out of Colorado. I know the members of the Skull Squad and people in the chat are really from like all over the world. I have shipped stencils and stuff literally to places that I did not even know that people would be watching me. Like, I did not think. I did not think there would be such an audience. Do you use any chemical-based auto paint? Yeah. We used auto urethanes a lot of times. The clear, even though I do use the 4050 as like an undercoat to get the high quality shine, I do use House of Colors USCO1 clear on all my projects. So yeah. But that right foot is going to look awkward curving under the edge like that. This foot, yeah, that foot, nobody will ever see the bottom. Literally, this sits like maybe, what is that, like 20 inches? 20 inches off the ground. So unless you're gonna like either drive over a mirror, or if you're gonna stick your head and go way underneath, yeah, nobody's ever gonna see that. So like all this under here is brown. Nobody will ever see that. This down here at the bottom, like when she parks it, and like depending on which way the wheel's leaning, maybe you might see some of this little bit, but honestly this right here, usually you'd be looking at it like this, right, from the top down. Right now we have the camera looking at it, kind of from the bottom, or like at a level, but you're never going to see that. It says I'm in Colorado, but I come from Hawaii. I used to watch the airbrush artists in Waikiki paint sunsets like this. Yep. Well, I never spent no time in Hawaii, but I spent time in near the coast, and yeah, definitely, that's kind of where I know how to paint beaches from. Says, oh wow, you're Colorado. I'm by Red Rocks. I work at Hobby Lobby. Oh, you're by Red Rocks. You got to hook it up with some tickets. Yo, tickets to Red Rocks. What's up? I'm down here in Pueblo, Colorado, but I have lived all over Colorado pretty much. I lived in Denver for a while. I lived in Aurora. I've lived in Colorado Springs. I've lived in Manitou. Yeah, now I just live in Pueblo. Mainly because it's the cheapest place to live right now. Definitely, if I could afford to get out of this place, I would have been gone a long time ago. The wife and I talk about it all the time. Oh, we should get out of here. We should get out of here. It's not that easy. I've asked people for jobs. I've asked everybody for a job at this point. Like, I need a good job. Right? Like, I'm down to move somewhere if I got a job. Right? Then it makes it a lot easier, nicer. Nobody has a job. Nobody has a job. I've asked every company you can think of, every place. And I could just put in an application, but it's a lot easier if I just ask. There ain't no point in trying to go through all that if there ain't even a position available. I mean, the one that seemed most promising was going to work for Pat Gaines. He seemed like he was super interested to have me, but he wanted us to go down there for like a meet and greet to meet the people that are going to work at the place where I'm going to be working and make sure everybody's a good fit and, make sure we like it and all this stuff, So it'd be like spending money for a vacation before we go. Yeah, I'd be down to move somewhere. Skull Squad Worldwide. Yes, sir. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you go and get yourself a Skull Squad shirt off the website, mikesbrush.com. Shirts are in stock, ready to ship out. We got new, oh yeah, the stickers. I almost forgot to mention the stickers. We got brand new Skull Squad stickers. So now, with any order you place on the website, you get a Skull Squad sticker. And then any order over 40 bucks will get you not only the Skull Squad sticker, but also a skull cap. Whatever happened to that airbrush shop you were working out of and making live feeds from? So that shop is still there. That's D's shop. So I do believe I explained that whole situation from the minute I moved in. I was letting you guys know that I was just helping D. Not really wasn't a shop for me. It was his shop always. But eventually it was in, I don't want to say it wasn't super profitable because there was money to be made for sure. But it was quite a drive for me every day. And yeah, after trying to make it work for a while, I just decided it was not worth my time and my effort at the moment. And then D said he would let me know if things picked up, if things got a little busier. Because it's still at a time when, like, I don't know, some stuff's rebounding back pretty good. That mall where that shop is at is not. So it's a mall for one, so malls are already kind of on a downslope. And then, yeah, that particular mall seems to be getting hit pretty hard. It got hit pretty hard when COVID hit. And yeah, when I was working there, I had a lot of people reference it as, this is the ghetto mall. Just didn't make me feel too good. I don't really care about that, but yeah, it was just not worth all the effort I was putting in. That fly wants to swim. There's a fly? Was there a fly? Okay, time for some action. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of a darker brown. So I'm just gonna use some detail flesh tone here. I'm going to throw in a little bit of purple on here. Just a tad bit. And just one little hint of red. Good. ourselves a nice darker tone here. It kind of has a nice red purple hue to it, so it's not just like ugly. Have you ever custom painted a toddler bicycle? Yeah, the lowrider frame I just showed you guys earlier is a 12-inch lowrider frame. It's a toddler's bike. I've customized pedal cars, all kinds of stuff. If you mix your own color with an opaque and a transparent, will the new color be opaque or transparent? So you're going to get a mixture, right? So you're going to get like a semi-transparent or something like that. The truth of the matter is that, you know, the transparent colors, how do I explain this? When you're layering over another color and you use a transparent color, you're going to get a lot more of a crossfade. So if you're doing, you know, yellow, transparent yellow over a blue, you're going to get a lot of green, right? When you use an opaque, so if you're doing, like if you have yellow over a blue and you're using opaque, so long as you're being careful, like if you're just painting in certain areas, you won't get that much crossfade going on. And that's kind of the only difference. I typically would recommend, if you're going to work with transparents, the best way to do it is to have the black and the white opaque, and then have all the colors transparent. If you're going to work with opaques, obviously just have all opaques. Now, the reason I like this particular project, why I'm using the Wicked opaques, and why I like it on stuff like this, is one, the Wicked opaques, again, it's the automotive grade, so it's definitely the one you want to use for this project. It's the correct one to use. But you could use regular Wicked, right? Like, for one. The opaques are the ones that remind me the most of base coat. So if you ever sprayed with urethane base coat, the Wicked opaques, they're like really similar. It's super, like if you're used to painting with urethanes, you could mix up some Wicked opaque and you could be chugging along in no time. Okay. pretty good so far. It's always hard to decide where to keep the camera. That was a spy fly. In my town we have a real ghetto mall on the down slope. Yeah, no, that's the thing about this building though. This building is nice. Like that mall is actually really nice. Especially on the inside. But I guess apparently it's in a bad neighborhood. I don't know. People in Colorado are funny, right? Like, they say they're in a bad neighborhood, but you go driving around, son, them some nice houses. What a part of this area is bad? I don't know. Maybe the people just suck. That's really what you need to say. The people just suck. Because this area is nice. I wish I had grown up in one of those houses. You know what? I'm going to do this brown. Then I'm going to just leave this alone for now. I'm starting to get hungry. I'm going to come back. We're going to do the stitch. We'll finish up the stitch. Then I'll come back and finish this up on my own time later. This is actually taking a lot longer than I thought. We've been live for 2 hours, son. 2 hours! This is looking really good though. I am much excited. Very much excited. Okay. Let's actually get some work done on this stitch here. And let's see what we got. Still have some blue here, so get this camera up in here. I gotta get you guys in close so you guys can see the orange peel, you know what I'm saying? How's your hands after 2 hours? I'm still good. I'm chilling. I'm hungry is what it is. My body is the one that's like, nah, break time. Because it's 2 hours that I've been live, but it definitely was not 2 hours to get to this point. Who was the one that said something about sharp edges? So let me just get some pink up in here, and then we'll just work in some black, and he's gonna be pretty good. I'm just the bipolar dude. I feel you. He can't decide if he's with me or against me sometimes, huh? I feel you, Thomas. I know what you mean. Did I take that whole thing with me? Cool. Yeah. What's up, Mr. McClung? I missed the guitar sound. Alright, so let's just put a little black into the stitch, get him looking a little more final, and we'll call it good for the stream for today. My stomach is starting to talk to me. He's not happy. Is that opaque or transparent black? I'm working with Wicked Opaque paints. Wicked Opaque paints. On this project, all the colors are Wicked Opaque. So this is, I believe, Wicked Opaque Jet Black. No problem. I'm pretty sure that's like the third time I've said it, but no problem. No problem. I said already no problem. Angel, I already said no problem. I already answered the question and said no problem. You ain't got to say sorry. I know I like to ramble, so maybe when I answered the question I rambled and it wasn't so clear. Is this looking a little more like something? I feel like it actually looks like something now. You're sorry too? No, Trevor. You can't be sorry. I'm not accepting your sorry, Trevor. Neither you, Tom Tom. No, you guys take your sorry backs. Sorries are not allowed. I like how much this chat has evolved. I'm not gonna lie, it really does feel like I'm just sitting here with a group of friends, just painting, you know, and I'm glad that we're able to talk smack to each other and, you know, just have some general fun without anybody getting their feelings hurt. Because if y'all remember them early days, people was really getting them feelings hurt. Oh, smack my head. Well, if my mother was from back here with Lawrence, Ohio. Did you study airbrush through Drew Blair? No. No, I've never met Drew Blair or taken any of his classes or anything like that. He has a very interesting photorealistic technique. I do know who Drew Blair is, obviously. I'm not a dead man. But yeah, I've never taken any of his classes or anything like that. Hope to meet him one day, at least. It'd be cool to take a class of his, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it would be a matter of finding the time to take his course. Oh, man. I'm also confused as to why you would say that when I'm painting a stitch, but yeah. Camera shot to the head. I'm surprised you don't have a camera bump to your noggin. Are you feeling like a winner today, but you cannot bid on this one from Mike? Yeah, these ones. I honestly don't know if you guys have any interest in that, in me making more videos with like products for sale or not. I just assume you guys are not, because nobody's ever really asked for that. I know like Scott McKay does really good auctioning off his paintings during the live streams. I just don't know if you guys have any interest in that. A lot of times I'm just painting stuff that's already sold anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal.
You're still painting?
Yep, still painting.
Oh, it looks so cute up close.
Yep, looks really good already, yeah.
Yeah.
Once I have the flowers in right here, it's going to look really pretty. Alright, that means it's time to take a break right there.
I don't know. I'm going to the store.
What are you getting from the store?
Food.
Oh, okay. Alright, so let me give you guys a quick look.
It's so cute.
This is kind of what it looked like from the front. You actually, if you look at it from the top though, this is more like this. I do think I want to come back and maybe add like a silhouette of a boat out here. And then maybe add some highlights or some streaks from the sun kind of coming down there.
You have to put surfers, because in that movie they surf.
I'm going to put Stitch surfing on one of the sides of the
Or
thing.
like a silhouette of a surfer.
I mean, I could. I would have had to have made a wave. I didn't make a wave like that. I just let the water be calm. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I always can go back. I don't know. This is not that required. Beto's not a surfer, so she's not going to be like, oh, you didn't put a surfer dude in there. You know, yeah. So, anyway, guys, as always, thank you guys for hanging. Jess is here, obviously. So we're going to go ahead and, I'm going to go get some lunch or something because I haven't eaten nothing all day. I'm also going to get my butt on the treadmill because I haven't done the treadmill today. And I need to make sure I keep on it. But as always, thank you guys all for watching. Big shout out to all the Skull Squad members in the chat today. You guys are awesome. Shout out to Angel Wings that had some interesting questions today. Thomas Thompson dropped in $20. Shout out to Thomas Thompson. Shout out to Blue. Right? It was Blue, or yeah, it was Blue.
There was 3 people in here.
And then it was Paul Tarchala as well. Let me see, I'm scrolling. Still scrolling. Yeah, it was Blue and Paul Tarchala. You guys rock. Thank you guys so much for your donations today during the live stream. Again, the donations never necessary or asked for or anything like that, but I do appreciate you guys dropping those in. As always, if you guys want to support the channel, you can always get yourself some of the merchandise off MikeSprush.com. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe down below if you want to see more of these videos. And as always, consider joining the Skull Squad. I just spilled the water all over myself. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Later, everybody. We'll be back in a few days. We'll have a nice instructional video for you guys. Have a good one, everybody. Later.